God's bold voices, Elijah and Elisha. In a time of spiritual darkness, God raised up prophets. Prophets were brave messengers. They spoke God's truth. Elijah and Elisha were such prophets. They stood strong for God. They showed God's power to the people. Elijah was a fearless prophet. He challenged kings. He called out sin. Elisha was Elijah's faithful servant. He became a prophet like his mentor. These two men were close to God. They prayed. God answered. They trusted. God worked miracles. Elijah and Elisha lived amazing lives. They teach us about God's power. They remind us God is always with us, just like he was with them. The fire on Mount Carmel, a showdown of power. Imagine a mountaintop. Two altars stand tall, one for God, one for Baal, the false god. The people watched. Ahab, the wicked king, was there too. The challenge was simple. Which God would answer with fire? Elijah, with confidence in God, challenged the prophets of Baal. They prayed to their God. They danced, they shouted, nothing happened. Then it was Elijah's turn. He rebuilt God's altar. He placed a sacrifice on it. He prayed a simple prayer. Suddenly, fire fell from heaven. It burned up the sacrifice. It consumed the altar. The people were amazed. They fell on their faces. The Lord, he is God, they cried. Elijah's faith had shaken the heavens. A prophet's fear. Elijah's moment of weakness. Even Elijah, the brave prophet, felt afraid sometimes. Jezebel, the wicked queen, threatened his life. He ran away into the wilderness. He felt alone and discouraged. But God did not forget Elijah. He sent an angel to care for him. He spoke to Elijah in a gentle whisper. God reminded Elijah that he was not alone. God cares for us too when we are afraid. He is always near, ready to listen and comfort us, just like he did for Elijah. Section 4. Passing the torch. Elisha's double portion of power. One day, God decided to take Elijah to heaven. Elisha, Elijah's faithful servant, walked beside him. "Ask what you want," Elijah said. Elisha knew this was important. "Let me have a double portion of your spirit," he asked. Elijah said if Elisha saw him being taken, his request would be granted. As they walked and talked, a chariot of fire appeared. It took Elijah up to heaven in a whirlwind. Elisha did see it. He received a double portion of Elijah's spirit. Elisha became a powerful prophet, just like his mentor. Section 5. Miracles of faith. The power of God through Elisha. Elisha performed many amazing miracles. He parted the Jordan River just like his mentor Elijah. He healed a poisonous spring with salt. He multiplied a widow's oil so she could pay her debts. He even raised a young boy from the dead. One day, a woman welcomed Elisha into her home. Elisha wanted to bless her kindness. He told her, "You will hold a son in your arms," and she did. But tragedy struck. The boy grew ill and died. The woman rushed to Elisha. Elisha prayed over the boy. Miraculously, the boy came back to life. These stories show us the power of faith. God used Elisha to do amazing things. He can do amazing things in our lives too if we trust in him. Section 6. The legacy of faith, God's unwavering presence. Elijah and Elisha left a lasting impact on Israel. They showed that God is real. He is powerful. He cares for his people. Their lives teach us important lessons about faith. They teach us to trust God even when things are hard. They remind us that God can do amazing things through ordinary people who believe in him. As you read the stories of Elijah and Elisha, be inspired. Know that the same God who worked through them is with you today. He is ready to answer your prayers. He wants to do amazing things in your life too.